Hi friends, welcome to this full build of the K-19 Widowmaker by Zvezda in 1/350th scale. As most submarines are at this scale, it's a nice quick project and looking forward to expanding on some of the techniques and methods first explored with the Acrylic sub way back in the channel's history. Now, breaking my own rule with these kits, I tend to do the stand first but jump straight into the hull and did the stand next. The stand on this kit is quite frustrating. The hull pops off very easily, so it's not the best. So assembling the hull, quite a few pieces go into this, and a little bit of pressure is required to try and get a snug fit so that all the pieces are flush and there's no surfaces jutting out too far. As mentioned, here's the stand. Very frustrating one. Trying to work on it is not brilliant, to say the least. Decent looking. I like the rock formation. That's quite a nice touch. Then assembling the sail, which is quite a delicate little piece, and all in all, the model assembles quite nicely. It's very simple, but engineering is decent. Now you'll see in these close-ups how textured this plastic is. Once painted, that would have quite an awful orange peel effect. So after assembling this hull, I put it away for a little while before I carried on with the project. And in between, I neglected to film that I did sand the hull just to try reduce that texture, and here you can see it's now sanded, and hopefully that'll help the final product. Right, so now I'm masking the model to add some of my own detailing. The idea being I add some just random shapes and lines to the model, and then in the filling phase I'm essentially going to do a putty wash, which once you take these masks off will leave behind some added detail. It worked quite well with the Acrylic, should do okay here. I've included most of the footage of the filling phase because it was quite a thorough process. At the bow I also did a little bit of texturing, partly to fill in the gap but also just to add some beaten metal detail. And as I apply the putty, I'm not only going up and down but also left to right, just to make sure that I get some ridges forming on the vertical pieces of tape. So with this initial filling session left to dry a bit, I'm going to start working on some of the appendages. I'm using acrylic markers to paint these. The grey by Dispae is my favorite grey, and I'm using aluminum or aluminium, wherever you're from, by AK, which is a nice quick way of doing these. Now it's time to remove the masks on the putty work. I don't leave it too long, I don't want it to dry completely. I'd like the material to still be a little bit pliable so that I can get a nice clean separation, so that I can safely pull the tape off. Then I'm going to do a much more watered down plastic wash, especially over the clean areas. And this is just to apply the same kind of organic textural feel to the clean areas that were under the tape. It all just adds to a worn, textured finish that feels used and somewhat natural. At this stage, before we start painting, I'm going to add some of the appendages. The fit isn't brilliant, but it's adequate, I guess. And after this, we're going to prime with Mr. Surfacer White. This is my first time priming in white, and the reason is, I forget who it was, but a very helpful viewer left a comment on one of my subs where I was struggling with a decal, one of these white line decals, and they mentioned that they just tend to prime white and mask that line. So I'm attempting to do the same thing, and in hindsight, I must say, what a brilliant tip, thanks so much. While we do this, we have such an interesting subject here that I would be remiss not to mention some of that history. So the K-19 was constructed in the late 50s, and from the outset it was mired in some bad luck on the manufacturing of the submarine. There was a fire that broke out for one. 8 people passed away in that event, and further accidents along the way, because this was quite a rush job. The Russians were trying to catch up with the American subs, and so this was a very hasty construction, and they cut some corners with safety procedures and whatnot. Also in the construction, which led to the famous event that the sub is known for, and that was the nuclear reactor almost melting down. This is covered in the film K-19 Widowmaker, starring Harrison Ford. And here is essentially what happened. On the 4th of July 1961, in the North Atlantic Ocean, there was a loss of coolant in the nuclear reactor. The cooling system failed completely and there was no backup available. The crew improvised a makeshift cooling system using available materials, and I believe they hooked up their drinking water to the cooling system to bypass the existing cooling. Captain Nikolai Zotiev sent in 8 sailors in shift to instruct new pipes to bypass the existing system. This was effectively a suicide mission. While this was happening, there was a near mutiny on board because the sailors felt that he was just sacrificing the men. But to avoid a mutiny, he eventually made it clear to them that this was their duty and the failure to do this would have massive consequences. Americans were in the area and offered help, but he denied that help. The work was successful. The cooling was brought back in line at the cost of those 8 men's lives. All of them died within weeks. And basically a catastrophic nuclear explosion was avoided. The survivors were sworn to secrecy, but details did emerge later over the years. In any case, back to the build. So with the paint scheme done, time to remove the mask on the white stripe. This is extremely rewarding as usual. Seal all that work in, I ended up using an ultramat, which may have been a bit aggressive because to do the weathering on top of this, as you'll soon see, I'm using ammo oil brushes for the first time, and even with some AK odorless thinners, this stuff really sticks to that matte finish and it's very difficult to reduce it. So the side I started on initially has much heavier weathering than the other side. Let's call it the good side. So I'm keeping weathering to a minimum on this one. I really like the paint scheme. I don't want to detract too much from that. Between the paint job and the clear coats, the periscopes and antenna wouldn't fit back onto the model, so I'm using my new little hand drills I purchased on Temu to ensure a snug fit and help these guys stay in there. And essentially, that is the K-19. Thanks so much for watching. For the review, you'll notice I dipped into some visual effects with AI. As many of you may have picked up on the channel, I work in visual effects as my day job. And we're wrestling with trying to use AI in our work. And this channel has been great practice to that end. So what I'm trying to do is, in a playful way, bring these models to life using AI whilst trying to make the pictures consistent with the model. In other words, maintaining the characteristics and the detail of the model, but having fun at the same time. I hope you enjoy them, and stay tuned, because straight after that is a new roadmap segment I'm starting today where we're teasing the kits that are coming up next. Thanks so much, keep well out there, and I'll see you soon.